It begins with something is not right with the world. Something is going on. There's an underground terror that is causing mayhem within the city.
It feels complex. It feels grown up. But I think that it's not talking down to its audience.
It's very gritty. To be honest, not what I expected initially. I don't know, it's pretty dark.
And if you're talking about Matt Murdock, who's out there working as a lawyer and then by night fighting crime, that's not shiny, happy, Times Square tourist New York.
The rich texture and variety of architecture and locations that we have here is just phenomenal.
We've been sort of going under the premise that everything that you get, whether it's supposed to be something that's new or not, has to go under a certain level of Hell's Kitchen aging. So everything sort of exists in this kind of dirty, gritty, used world.
I think we're meeting a man who feels deeply connected to his city and is conflicted by his ability to do something about it.
Kind of goes back to the old kind of like Western cowboy times where people just said, you know what, I've had enough and I'm going to take it upon myself to do something about it.
Daredevil gets into a lot of fights, so there's a lot of continuity with body makeup, with face makeup, with bruises and cuts and stitching, tracking from episode to episode. So you'll see by the end of the show, it's all out. He's covered with like everything you think of.
You actually see his whole history right there. yeah.
Unlike some of these like superheroes that have all these special effects, you know, special talents because they're aliens or bit by radioactive spiders or something like that, that this was someone who just came really in tune with himself and figured out his talent.
What was described to me when I set out to put the costume together, it had to feel like things that he could buy on the street, on the internet, military shops, Army Navy stores.
We're trying to be very realistic, but we are also trying to be respectful of the origins of the material, which are the comic books.
I've been 12 years old since June, man. Every day
I've been 10.
Yeah, every day I walk out, I'm like, we've got fights going on, we got superheroes, we got blood, we got prosthetics, we got cool characters.
It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of hard work, and it's very gratifying. I think we're doing a really, really good show.
You're blind, but you see so much. You're very good at taking a beating.
That part I got from my dad.
Matt was raised by his father, battling Jack Murdock. He was blinded at 9, went to an orphanage, and met an old blind man named Stick. He taught him how to accept what he is and how to master what his sensory experience had become.
It's the war, Maddie. You're a warrior. Baddest of the badasses. Now get up. It's time to stop taking a beating and start giving one.
Matt's a man who feels deeply connected to his city, which is in turmoil, and is conflicted by his ability to do something about it.
I've been preoccupied of late with questions of morality, good and evil. Sometimes the delineation between the two is a blur.
He ultimately cares about the greater good, but knowing what is right and what is wrong is the battle going on inside of him.
Do you believe in the devil, Father?
I believe he walks among us.
What if you could have stopped him? Good and evil. Sometimes the delineation between the two is a sharp line.
We're gonna make a difference. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but we are.
Sometimes it's a blur.
I want to carve something beautiful out of its ugliness.
And sometimes the law isn't enough.
You're blind, but you see so much.
There are other ways to see.
When we meet Matt, he's worked in a big law firm and he's left with his best friend Foggy Nelson.
Let's go. We gotta meet the real estate agent in 45. Was that a moan? The paralegal. What was she like?
Violent.
We start at the bottom and, we find some rundown offices. We're never gonna be able to keep the lights on waiting on a horde of innocent souls to stumble into our loving arms.
At this point, I'd settle for just one.
There's an underground terror within the city, and Matt is conflicted by his ability to do something about it. And at night, he begins to go out and take the law into his own hands.
This is what you do. You make life difficult for bad men.
No offense, but you don't seem to be very good at it.
Yeah. It crossed my mind.
As the puzzles start to come together, we understand that there is a man, one man, above it all.
We don't say his name.
I've hurt people. And I'm going to hurt more. With Fisk, it's personal. He wants to break away from his past. The city was a part of me, and I would do anything to make it a better place.
Fans will understand Daredevil and Wilson Fisk being hero and villain, but in this world, those lines are really, really blurred.
I'm just trying to make my city a better place.
Things are not so black and white. I'll find a solution one way or another. I don't think anybody's ever thought about these characters in this way before. Change sometimes requires force.
It feels complex.
The guy in the mask saved my life. It felt really new and really different.
What they've done with this show is really, really smart.
People have no idea what they have coming.
It'll start a war.
I'm counting on it.
Perhaps this would be easier if you tell me what you've done.
I'm not seeking penance for what I've done. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do.
Foggy.
Let's go. We gotta meet the real estate agent in 45. Was that a moan? The paralegal.
What was she like?
Violent.
Foggy's friendship with Matt is a special one. Foggy has always seen Matt as his equal. I gotta get the blind thing going. It's so unfair. He loves his neighborhood and the people, and even the ones that are rough around the edges. And he likes to bend the rules a little bit. Thanks, buddy. Foggy and Matt are struck by an injustice that's going on in Hell's Kitchen.
You're gonna see us in court, where I will absolutely dismantle you.
Foggy jumps on the bandwagon, dismissing the vigilante as ruining their city.
As a coward, and I wouldn't give for the chance to punch him with my fisticuffs.
Ultimately, he believes in doing whatever he can to help the people in Hell's Kitchen.
Drop the knife! No, drop it!
I didn't do this, I didn't.
Miss Page, we understand you're in some trouble.
Who the hell are you guys?
I'm Matt. He's Foggy.
So what, you're just a couple of good Samaritans? Today's just my lucky day?
We start to see Karen as a victim, merely because of the circumstances we find her in.
If it weren't for you two, I'd still be in that cell.
The job's easy when your client's innocent.
Very quickly, we grow to see that that's not what she is.
It's a clean slate, Miss Page.
As long as I keep my mouth shut.
She is angered by the way that Hell's Kitchen has been corrupted.
So they just shuffle some papers and all this disappears.
Karen's going to use her intellect and her courage and her determination to help save Hell's Kitchen.
All of the possible connections, starting at the bottom and moving up.
The King of Diamonds?
She can't live with it, that anger and that hurt.
I don't see this city anymore. All that I see are its dark corners. There has to be a trail. You follow that, maybe you find the guy behind the curtain.
A sense of justice is very strong in her.
What can we do to somebody like that?
The only thing you can.
When I was a kid, I used to dream what it would be like to live somewhere far away from Hell's Kitchen. I realized that the city was a part of me, that it was in my blood. I would do anything to make it a better place. With Fisk, it's personal. The city crumbles and fades. He's trying to clean the city up. I want to carve something beautiful out of its ugliness so that his future can be clean and bright. And that doesn't go exactly the way he wanted it to. Money and influence is not enough to usher change on such a scale. Sometimes it requires force.
How does it make you feel?
I'm afraid. There's this underlining feeling like there's a bomb ticking under the table. I've hurt people, and I'm going to hurt more. That bomb is Fisk's emotions.
It'll start a war.
I'm counting on it. And it's definitely going to go off. They want to destroy everything that I'm trying to accomplish.
And are you going to let them?
No. It's scary. I'll find a solution, one way or another.
We had a bit of a disturbance a few blocks from here. We're asking everyone if they've seen or heard anything unusual in the past few hours.
No.
You have a good night, ma'am.
Thanks. You too. The first time Claire and Matt meet, she's saving him.
Okay, I really wouldn't try to move too much. You've got 2 or 3 broken ribs, some kind of puncture wound, and that's just the stuff that I know about.
From the very beginning, she's questioning him and she's doubting him.
This is what you do. You make life difficult for bad men.
That's one way of putting it.
No offense, but you don't seem to be very good at it.
Yeah. It crossed my mind.
She's got such a different perspective on him. She gets to see this really vulnerable side to him.
What do you want me to do, Claire? Let them tear Hell's Kitchen apart?
They both really affect the other.
So what, I'm supposed to take it on faith? I'm on the right side of this?
You knew which side you're on the moment you found me.
She's a nurse that becomes a hero herself. I'll always be there when you really need me. It's a calling, and some people answer that call.
You helped us catch Fisk. Now people all over the kitchen are getting hurt. Call it massive gang-on-gang overkill.
There's talk about an army in town. Military-grade firepower. Tell me who they are.
It's one man. Hell's Kitchen is about to explode.
This season, Matt Murdock's met his match.
His targets aren't random. He knows exactly who he wants to hit.
10, 20 guys getting mowed down at a time. Guy was the Grim Reaper.
They're calling this one the Punisher.
This is the evolution of the Punisher. I dove into the show and I fell in love with this world, how dangerous it was. It was a world I desperately wanted to play in.
Maybe we created him. Daredevil practiced vigilante justice. Maybe his actions open the door for men like this.
Morning, sunshine.
He's not a villain, he's not a superhero. He's trying to make people pay for what they've done.
People don't have to die.
I think that the people I kill need killing.
Daredevil's brand of justice is ridiculous to Frank, yet he's such a worthy adversary.
It's really this very confronting relationship.
You run around this city like it's your damn shooting gallery. I do the one thing that you can't. You hit them and they get back up. I hit them and they stay down.
As dark as he is, inside there's a man who suffered real loss.
You think this Punisher could be a good person?
He could be any one of us.
Daredevil up against Frank Castle is the ultimate battle.
You know what I think, you hero? I think you're a coward.
I want people to believe in the man who's behind the Punisher.
You're gonna have to kill me because I'm never gonna stop coming for you.
You're one bad day away from being me. Let's kick ass, man.
Bang.
Careful, Matt. Keep going like this, you just might end up happy. For a Catholic boy, it's a pretty dangerous thing.
Good night, Karen.
Good night, Matt.
Hello, Matthew.
Elektra.
Karen and Elektra are two very different but very complex women. Karen Page is all about truth and justice. She sees the corruption in Hell's Kitchen.
3 gangs, Central Park, midday.
Those are all the 3.
That the Punisher gunned down.
There's gotta be a connection, right?
She's trying to change the system with information. She's becoming more confident in herself, and she's even doing her own investigation into the Punisher.
You have information on the Punisher?
That's classified.
Do I look like I'm gonna post it on YouTube?
At the same time, Karen and Matt are just beginning to explore these feelings that they have for one another.
Karen represents everything that Matt wants more than anything in the world: courage, understanding, and love. However, she doesn't know the whole story. She doesn't know about Daredevil, and that's immensely difficult for their relationship.
Matthew Murdock, you have a call. What do you want from me?
Maybe I just missed you. Elektra is in a way the opposite of Karen. She's from a very rich background. She doesn't really have feelings for people.
It's rude to keep a girl waiting.
10 years ago, when she did not expect it, she fell in love with Matthew.
Let's go, Matthew.
But then she disappears for 10 years.
Miss Nachos, good afternoon.
When she comes back, she doesn't apologize for anything. At least your furniture has improved.
Why are you here?
She knows the truth about Matt Murdock, but he doesn't know all the details about her. Do I need to push you this time? Hungry? She needs the rush of adrenaline. Get me back. I win. So she drags him along paths that he would be reluctant to take. We can do anything together.
With Elektra and Karen, he's got two people who he's able to be completely himself with, but in the understanding that he is two people.
Cheap stuff.
Matt is in this incredible position of having to choose between his past and his present, and it's fascinating to watch him kind of tear himself apart.
This is who you are, Matthew. You think that you're a monster, but I know that you're not.
There's always this glorious darkness inside you. You're worth keeping around.
Timing's awful.
What are you even talking about?
She's back in town.
Your ex-girl?
Yes. She's different. She's dangerous.
This is insane. She's a diplomat's daughter, a debutante.
Not anymore. She's, Elektra.
Hello, Matthew. Elektra and Matt met when they were younger. They loved each other very much. When you graduate and we get married, this is how we live.
Cheers. They had that kind of love-hate relationship.
But then something happened in front of Matthew and he's horrified. And she disappeared from his life. You deserve better.
Miss Nachos, good afternoon.
Let's all prepare to be dazzled, shall we? When she comes back, she's on a mission.
What you doing back here?
New York is ripe for the taking, and the Yakuza plan on getting to the top of the hill. They won't stop until they've infiltrated your whole city.
They have this history, so he's emotionally conflicted. I don't need a partner.
You want to fight me? Or you want to fight the guys who are tearing the city apart?
If we do this, nobody dies. As much as he'd like to tell her to get lost, he realizes she is an incredible asset to his fight.
The excitement comes back for him. Get me back. I win. She leads Matt Murdock to be naughty.
Matt has feelings, which are very quickly reawakened. Those feelings blur everything.
Matthew is always on the borderline, whereas Elektra, she's already on the other side. Once more. It's gonna break.
She validates the dark side.
There's always this glorious darkness inside you. That's why I loved you.
He's been teetering on the edge of those feelings, and she sets a fire under them. And you really question if he will finally cross the line. Whenever you do a second season, there's always a pressure that you have to kind of exceed expectations, and we hit the ground running. Fighting criminals who run around the streets is one thing. Having to fight ninjas with swords, it's a very definite skill set.
We have the ninjas in the hand, full glory for the first time.
Daredevil can't sense the hand because they can stop their heartbeats and they can hide really from their enemies. Track the weapons. They have swords.
It forces Matt to really hone his skills. He has to be better, stronger, faster than he's ever been before.
Normally, Charlie sees the fight for the first time the day that we start filming it. So on days that we only have one day for a fight, we will give him section by section, and he is able to memorize it and perform within minutes.
Charlie works around the clock, very hard, nonstop. If Minnie, our director, yells cut, he'll step off to the side with his stunt double or the rest of the stunt team, and they'll start working.
Can I just try that? With a lot of the fights, I get at least one pass at almost every moment, other than the big flips that my stunt double can do and no one else can do, I don't think. The goal is to get the actors doing as much as possible. Charlie is super, super athletic, so the more we can get him doing it, the better.
I really enjoy discovering the fight sequences in the same way that I like finding out what story are we telling.
Okay, ready? Swords I can hear. You go this way, I'll go that way. Okay, so it's like a team thing.
Okay.
Swords I can hear.
Okay. Okay. He likes to discuss the scenes together. It's like, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And then we change things if we feel like it would be better.
With Elektra's character, she's an assassin, so she's gonna trap you and end you as fast as she can. And if she has a weapon in her hand, she's gonna use that to put you down with it.
Elodie's a trained fighter. She's a black belt.
She's a phenomenal talent. She would pick up the moves like that.
It's very cool that she has a martial arts background because her character trained with Stick, so technically she should be like so far superior because they're like the most elite ninjas in the world.
We have multiple fighting styles. We use a bit of Kali, Chinese Kung Fu, Wing Chun, Japanese swordplay, and just good old-fashioned boxing.
Everyone puts so much work into a show like this.
It's very ambitious what we do. Every week they put together amazing choreographies.
We choreograph, rehearse, and then perform what some features have 5 months to do.
It's very brutal and very just non-stop.
When you get the kind of response that this show had, it really feels like it was worth it.
I'm going to kill everyone you love. There's nothing you can do about it.
Just the mention of Wilson Fisk is so frightening and sinister.
I love playing this character so much. There's a lot to him, and it's just so much fun. So the devil is back.
The character that Vincent created has become so iconic. So to have him back is absolutely thrilling. There's such a great rivalry between the two of us.
I'm gonna find a way to bring Fisk down.
It's not going to be pretty.
Vincent is phenomenally talented at bringing dimension to the role. We see his downfall in season 1. Now we're going to see the return and the rise of Kingpin.
If Fisk stays out of prison, a lot of innocent people are gonna die.
He starts in prison, and he's not a happy pup. Fisk is a master at manipulation.
Fisk has been playing us.
He literally is always 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of Matt's best thinking.
Well, that's what Fisk does. Finds a weakness, hits it hard.
It paves the way into Kingpin taking the city back over again. Have a little faith in me.
The driving force behind everything this season is this idea that this man must be stopped once and for all, even if it costs me my everlasting soul.
I wanted to make sure that fans said, oh, yes, we're back to Wilson Fisk and Vigilante Matt.
I'm excited for the fans to see what we've done.
That's it. Let the devil out. Since the first season, people have been waiting for it. So they're just gonna flip.
Tonight is one of the most epic battles.
The story that we tell in this particular fight scene revolves around Daredevil and Bullseye, currently known as fake Daredevil.
When I was watching the fight, I really had trouble remembering who to root for.
It's 3:40 in the morning. We're in a church somewhere in Manhattan, and I'm exhausted, but I'm also having a lot of fun beating the shit out of Matt Murdock.
What's interesting about our fight sequences, Daredevil cannot let there be any distance between them because Bullseye can use anything that he can pick up. Daredevil is trying to keep Bullseye close. But in an effort to also try and protect Karen Page, at times he has to kind of sacrifice the upper hand.
Dex is trying to get a little bit of distance so he can puncture you with something that he throws at your face.
stunt team gets the script, and we will design the action.
You're kicking his ass.
Daredevil, he's close quarters combat fighter, whereas Bullseye is more of a marksman.
At this point in the game, me and Chris, Brewster, my stunt double, know each other very, very well. He's very aware of what I am capable of. And so once they've kind of choreographed the fight and designed it, Chris will be able to identify which pieces I'll be able to do.
One more time. That was great.
Charlie's amazing. Every season, Charlie does more and more of the actual action. He trains harder than any actor and most stunt people that I know.
That's it.
My brain feels like porridge. My face feels like porridge. And now I think we feel like there's this pressure to kind of up ourselves every year.